Your location this morning is Makhtesh Ramon from Makhtesh Ramon. Mitzpe just means lookout, and Makhtesh means something like a crater. It's a very unique type of crater. We think of craters of volcanoes. Probably that's the first one we learn about in school. Sometimes people say there's a crater in the road because the road sank. A portion of the road might have sunk. But this is a crater-like formation that has a very unique history. Scientists talk about 220 million years of history. This was covered by the ocean at one point. Before you were born, before your grandma was born. Very barren landscape. An average of about 8 milliliters or 8 centimeters of millimeters or centimeters, I forget, sorry, but very little rain. Very little rain. This is in the Negev, south of, let's say, the Tel Aviv-Jerusalem line, which is what the pilgrims normally use. So, and then we go north from there typically to Galilee and Jerusalem and Bethlehem. So we're down at the other end of Israel, so it might be a good idea to take out a map at some point today and check out where it is, or just Google it. I'm actually inserting a link into this post for you, so you can get the nature parks scoop on the site. There are lots of different chapters of information about this. Geological, flora, fauna. Here's a big lookout point, so I'm just going to go up and check this out right now. Interesting to see the people out here, some Jewish men here praying, surely towards Jerusalem. This is a good spot. We're hanging out over it right now. Don't get scared, okay? Don't get scared. We're going to look down here. Hold on to your armchair handle, so when you start looking down here, you don't get scared, people, please. Don't want anybody getting hurt. Down, 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 down. There are a lot of partridges here, but they're very tame. I think they must be accustomed to visitors giving them something to eat. Normally, everywhere I have walked up to now, the partridges have sprung quickly far away. I delayed starting because I realized there was so much cloud. In order to get the sun here, we'll have to wait a little. We have plenty of signs. There was an incredibly beautiful red sky 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago when I posted that picture there in the WhatsApp group. Yes, maybe you did see a deer, but I'm not sure about that. I didn't see the deer for sure. There is a life here. I remember in the context of a very sad story, a very meaningful line was added to the article. People underestimate the extent of the wildlife in the desert, because DNA had to be used to identify somebody who had disappeared the day before. It's not the place to take risks on your own. So this is an amazing phenomenon formed by a combination of geological features and obviously lots of time. I didn't bring coffee for you. Maybe you feel safer behind this wall here. So now let's look down again. If somebody is scared of heights, close your eyes. I hope I'll remember to tell you when to open them again. I have no idea, maybe this is that's a couple of 100 meters for sure. Oh, you saw a deer over here, look at this. Wow, the deer, no, it's actually a goat. I think it's like a goat, is it? Walking on the wall here. It must be a civilized goat waiting for visitors to give them something to eat as well. Up in Mount Arbel, the deer scuttle as soon as they notice any proximity of bipeds. Let's see if we can get this deer close up for you if you haven't seen a deer for a while. Is there a deer? Oh, there are two of them here. They're very fat, so they're not hurting in life. Yeah, they're two goats, right? So this is one massive basin, and it has amazing rock formations because of the process of formation over the millennia and millions of years, apparently. We can even say hundreds of millions of years because it says 220 million years is the estimate. And today is a special day in the liturgy. It's interesting that we're 3 days after Christmas, 26, 27, 28, and 2 of the days have been martyrs. And yesterday, St. John was also a person who put his life completely on the line for Christ. So really, it's all about giving witness. That's the meaning of the word martyr. Today we have the Holy Innocents. Obviously the readings are very well chosen from Scripture. It's amazing to see the diversity of attitude and reaction of human beings to the very same fact. The Magi come to worship, and the local king wants to destroy and eliminate. What power does to the human heart, an attachment to power, attachment to our own self, our own protection. Well, I can show you a whole bunch of partridge here. They're just scuttling along the ground here. Oh, now they flew away quickly. I don't know why that is, so we'll see them later. I'm surprised with all this cloud because yesterday we had complete sunshine, very clear sky. And the sun is clearly risen. It's going to keep us in suspense. And the first reading is about darkness and light, and how the light is hidden for many people. And opening to the light is also a personal decision. I think here we could be very tempted to pick up a stone and throw it at Herod. But the Herod phenomenon has repeated very often through history. And it's so easy to eliminate another human being. We can do it effectively, we can do it verbally, we can do it emotionally, we can do it momentarily, we can do it definitively. And that's within the hands of everybody. Since the moment of Cain. There's a confrere down there. We were on some days together. I think that's one of our brother priests down there. You can see him there. They went out walking for their meditation this morning. Some of them. Yesterday I had a very interesting conversation with a person who was very surprised when I told him about the Sunrise Stroll and Chat that we read from two books, from nature and from scriptures. And I said, but how can you read from nature? So just right there we have the light and the dark, the experience of light and dark, and the fear of the dark, and the desire for light. People who do evil long for darkness. They want it covered up. They don't want anybody to know. They'll try to cover up with lies. They'll try to take away all the signs. Like Herod is not in the light when he talks to the Magi and he says, tell me where you find him and come, because I too want to go and adore him. But that was a lie. That was darkness. He was giving them false information, fake news. And then it wasn't just about the number of apples in a box and telling a lie, it was the intent to murder. How much darkness in a heart. How much darkness in a heart. And darkness grows gradually, you know. Do we allow darkness in our thoughts, in our words, in our way, in our relationships? How much truthfulness? Herod's outcome is obviously a dramatic culmination of a life of dark choices. Men of great talent, brilliance, political savvy, ruthless, determined, amazing economist, businessman, trader, negotiator. But yet so much darkness in his heart, in his mind. His passions blinded him to get freedom to overcome darkness. That's one of the great things about the incarnation. The Word became flesh. Light became very close to us, comes very close to us. And the light shone in the darkness, and the darkness did not accept it. And the light has to be light, it has to stay true to itself. Hey, little goat, you're on Sunrise Stroll and Chat today. You want to say hello? Yeah. You can say hello to the people, huh? That's It's your environment, the desert. You want to jump? Probably not. Just let's move over here, go out a little bit more so we can get you in the desert completely. Yeah, very nice. Good job, goat. Yeah, look over here, smile. Yeah, good little goat. It's amazing the design of their head, their ears, their horns, their eyes. Somebody else wants to get a picture. That's great. There are a couple of people here following closely. What do you say, people? What's the chance of seeing the sun now? Our planet is so varied, isn't it? So amazing. And the drive down here yesterday from Jerusalem, such varied landscapes. And the incredible creative presence of the human being. Amazing solar energy plants. And ancient archaeological remains. We were in Nisana yesterday. It has one of the oldest churches, ruins. And then we were in Mamshit, that was the third spot. And we were in one other spot right now. It's too early, people, I might remember. It's a great experience. It was the incense trade. Maybe I should do a little unit about that later. If I have time. There's Father Cristobal walking along. And the incense trade was done by camels from where you have the Gulf states today across to Gaza. And it was brought to the port in Gaza for export, and that whole trade was dominated by the Nabateans, people that disappeared later through the destruction of their options to do that trade. Others took that trade, and then they were assimilated. They actually all were evangelized and became Christian. They're the ones who built the churches. Absolutely beautiful mosaics, remnants of which we see today. Human beings coming and going, another lesson of nature, you know. This is clearly a very old place. And we last for a flicker on the scale, and yet we're so deeply loved to the point of the incarnation, and we're so capable of love. The martyrs illustrate the incredible possibility of the human being to be faithful, to give witness to the truth, to live in the light. And the light overcame the darkness. These are the kind of places you just want to be here in silence and ponder. you could ask for a special gift today, that we don't deceive ourselves, that we don't allow darkness to creep into our lives. That's the value of developing our reason, and especially growing in contact with God's Word each day to bring light into our lives. Your word is light for my path. Not sure if you hear the birds. I'm hearing a lot of birds right now. They're just a little far away for the microphone, probably. Well, people, I think we leave it like that for today. In this chilly morning here at Makhtesh Ramon. I'm wishing you many blessings, and that today the light will triumph once more in a new nuance in your life, and that you'll be a great witness to light. God bless you from Makhtesh Ramon here in the desert, in the Negev. Oops. See you later, alligators. Thanks for all the sharing of these videos these days. A lot of people have seen a lot of in the Instagram and Facebook, YouTube. Appreciate all you do. God bless you.